Hello everyone, this is Minoxen bringing you another high-definition commentary of Heroes of Newerth. Today I'm going to be bringing you the UNGL Zowie Cup number 2 quarterfinals matchup of Genesis Gaming versus the Online Kingdom. Online Kingdom here, obviously one of the top in the world. Looking forward to seeing this. They've been lately giving MSI a good run for their money, and actually in this tournament I think MSI's already been knocked off by another somewhat unknown team, but we'll just have to see how far those fellows get. I am joined with Onaprayer. How you doing, man?
Yeah, hey guys, long time no speak. Looking forward to a game finally. It's been, well, ever since the Game Replays tournament ended at least. Been a while since we've done anything.
Been a while, yeah. We'll have to get back on the horse here and do some more of that then. Alright, well, here today, I guess some important things that we want to make sure to mention here at the beginning of this game is that if you are watching this, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe if you are not currently subscribed. It is free. Also, be sure to check out Onaprayer's live stream over at Justin TV. I'll include a link in the description below. Some other interesting things you might want to check out is Eclipse for Team Genesis there has a live stream now on twitch.tv. I guess it's twitch.tv/EclipseJTV. So I'll have a link for that in the description. And also Genesis Gaming's Facebook page will have a link down there. And I think that those are all the important plugs that we need to get out of the way. I'm looking forward to seeing this matchup here. The bans are already out. Do you want to go ahead and go over the bans?
Yeah, sure. It's the Kraken, Tempest, Polywog Priest, Ophelia, Hellbringer, Plague Rider, Corrupted Disciple, and Wild Soul. There's been a resurgence. Well, I guess you could call it a resurgence, although it's been a really, really long time since push strats were really popular. But lately, especially with the Soul's Bulwark item being implemented into the game, you've seen a lot of team compositions that include the, Tempest, Polywog Priest, Ophelia, all those heroes that are really good at pushing. And then, of course, you do have the remnants of the old the old bans, which, of course, the most notably, like Hellbringer is just perma. That ultimate just sets up so much for a team fight. Corrupted Disciple is a bit of a surprise. Like he's kind of off and on. You'll see him banned occasionally. You'll see him picked up occasionally. I think that one was a
ban against Online Kingdom because in their most recent tournament matchups, they've played him a whole lot. So that could just be a particular ban to go against that team.
Yeah, he's just one of those heroes that I never see him being particularly strong, like in and of himself. I don't see why he can't be stopped compared to some other heroes that you might leave open. But surprisingly enough, I think Repulsor has been left open quite a few times lately, and I think the reason for that is that games have become so aggressive early on. There's a lot of heroes that have been released, a lot of team compositions that are just really aggressive, and Repulsor, he doesn't do so well early on. He really does need to pick up his farm, and his ganks can be turned around easily, and he's surprisingly squishy. So I think teams aren't really so afraid of him as they used to be back when it was more of a farm fest.
Yeah, no more AFK ricing, since they're keeping the heat on early, a lot of roaming, going mid, taking 3 people mid to get the early kill, and so a lot of different change in the meta game over the last few months, but it's a welcome change. Everyone likes to see something different, and speaking of change, seeing Keeper of the Forest actually picked up this game, that's nice to see.
It was only a matter of time, although it might have been done since, we haven't been casting, I don't know. But I already said when he was first reworked that he's just really, really strong. Especially, like I said, push strategies have become more popular, and like everyone always got the demonic breastplate on Keeper anyway as part of his carry build, or at least I did. Like you got your radiance and your demonic breastplate, and you're just a push god. But now
and portal key and and refresher and
yeah, you can go that route too. But I think now especially with his attack
his
speed
push
buff
strat is what I would
near,
imagine that they're going to be utilizing him here for,
Literally, I've done it with his, not even a full build, with his semi-full build, you can push down a tower with his, they're called, I don't even know, well, the animate forest, but I don't know what the individual ones are called. And I'm just going to call them an imp. But yeah, you can push down a tower in about 15 seconds. With the radiance and the demonic breastplate.
And they also have Torture there to line out the push if they're going to use that at all.
So these, I guess you would call them secondary pushers. You don't have the minion heavy pushes except for tree, although he's not really a heavy minion pusher since his minions, they're more of a damage absorbent, although I think they were nerfed, right? The damage, like their,
I believe so, a little bit.
I think their health, I noticed something with their base health being reduced some. Because that was definitely his strong point. I mean, they were so tanky. But yeah, kind of been focusing on one hero and not having
Yeah,
mentioned
I'll go ahead and touch on both the teams here as far as their lineouts. For the Legion, we see Pharaoh, Bombardier, Pyromancer, Magmus, and Myrmidon, or Myrmidon, I guess, is this one?
Mermaidon.
Myrmidon, that's right. For the Hellborn, we have Gladiator, Keeper of the Forest, Torturer, Demented Shaman, and, oh my god, I almost called him Voodoo Jester, Vindicator. So, nice lineups here on both teams. Definitely a little more push-heavy on the Hellborn, I would say, or at least that's probably the strategy that they're going to go for. Keeper of the Forest already using his Animate Force to get a nice little pre-scout sent out there. That's a nice touch. I like that. Hadn't seen that before. But what do you think of these team compositions all in all? I mean, I would look and see that they've got the Gladiator set up with Eclipse there being on that, the team captain for Genesis. Playing on that Gladiator, he's going to be going for the late game potential, and then maybe setting up a nice early game with this Keeper of the Forest and Torturer. So, what do you think?
Yeah, they're actually... The Vindicator is a bit of a surprise. I'm not sure how they're going to run him, but I think Doom Driver is their solo player. So he should be, yeah, he'll be going the carry route, especially if you see him go stats. Like if you see him, he's going a really stat-heavy build that shows that he wants to go for the carry Vindicator route, which is more popular these days anyway. You can go either two ways. You can either go tanky with the Shaman's Headdress and Helm of Black Legion, or you can go, you know, the damage route with the Cauldron Sheepstick, Hellflower, that sort of thing. So I think he realizes that there's more than one top, although he doesn't realize how close that... Yeah, this is going to be real bad.
There it is. Nice stun lining up the Myrmidon Weedfield, and a third stun to follow. That's going to be the end of this story for Vindicator. The Vindicator, not vindicating so much.
Yeah, but that's vindication awaits, huh? Alright, so like I was saying about I'm not sure about him in this lineup. The thing to note is that the damage isn't really there. Like he's gonna blow his ult, and then you're gonna have Keeper putting out his ultimate, and then you're gonna have the Gladiator following up with his ultimate, and then Torturer's damage. It's not huge though, like it's a fair bit, but it won't instantly like do enough that once the ultimate wears off, that it'll put them back in the game. What it does do for them is it can mess up Magnus's ultimate if he manages to catch him off guard. And nice little animated tree over there gonna spot. Nice job. He's gonna use it to scout out the Magnus. But yeah, like I was saying, he can use it to screw over Magnus's ultimate, although it's not really reliable. You have to make sure that you have vision. Otherwise, he'll just teleport on you or blink on you once he gets it, and then it's already over. Like, there's really no point. The other thing it does do is it can screw over Pyromancer's combination, you know, her 3-hit wonder. Mm-hmm. And it can screw over Bombardier's, you know, he can't fire off
chain
his,
them all up there.
Yeah, his boom dust and everything. It's more of it's better against Chipper than it is against Bombardier, even though they're kind of similar heroes. The boom dust isn't as effective. Like if he throws out his bomb, that's pretty much the main portion of his damage. So I don't really seeing it as being a really good counter against this team in particular. I could be wrong, but they don't really have the damage to support a Vindicator ultimate, in my opinion. But yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a hard beginning of this game for this Vindicator up here. He's already up against the tri-lane that's all level 2s here. He hasn't there. He's finally hitting level 2. But that nice early, I wanted to give some props to who's on Pyromancer there, to Magix for setting up that nice set that they had for that gank, using the stun to clear out those trees, so that way Magnus would be right in line and there would be that nice little hidden grove for him to be in. So nice play there coming out from that. Lined up the trifecta of stuns. And then also going to draw the creep wave away here, this Magnus. Going to take that back and allow for a free push on the tower, keeping this Vindicator, you know, under
I don't know
wraps.
if it's allowed. I know... I think it actually is allowed. I think it's when you use minions to creep skip that it's not allowed. But I'm not exactly sure. I know that in some tournaments, like something of the sort is banned, or maybe it's like in some of them, but it's definitely not allowed in some form or another. I don't know the exact rulings. I'm not up to date, and I certainly, yeah, I'm lazy. I don't look up those things. But anyway, yeah, I was gonna say also that while the Hellborn team has a bit of a push team going on, the Legion team has a very good counter push team going on. That may be why they picked the Vindicator, because they have such a heavy counter push. Like, especially if you look at, think of it this way: you have the Pharaoh going in, who's actually taking a fair bit of damage at bottom. But yeah, you have Pharaoh going in, you have Bombardier being able to ultimate on top of him, who's actually taking a fair bit of damage himself, and he lands a bomb. Yeah. This new UI is pretty sweet.
Yes, it is. I love that, being able to check in on the current goings-on.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of which,
Weed
top we
Field.
see Vindicator. Nope, he's just got caught with the Weed Field. I thought they were going to follow it up, but no, they did not. But nice push coming in on this tower. They should get the defense tower down. Keeper of the Forest sticking around. Going to go ahead and truck it on out of here now. But nice ward from Powzilla as well, blocking the creep pull and giving them vision of the lane.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, so that may be why they picked the Vindicator, because if they do get jumped, they're really screwed. There's so much damage coming out with Pyromancer, Bombardier, and then Pharaoh is easy initiate when they try to push, right? So I see why they may have picked Vindicator. Once that happens, they want to do it to kind of reset and orient themselves for a proper fight rather than just get blown apart instantly. So even though they don't really have the team to support it, it is kind of a good counter against what they know is coming. So they planned for it. As they're just going to continually push top, which is really nice because Pyromancer is going to get a fast portal key.
Yeah, and portal key he may get as he's sitting at currently, what is this? This is gold per minute. Let's look at their actual gold that he's... Oh, that's right. It's shown up at where their portrait is now. I'm not used to that. 1,200 gold right now is what that Pyromancer is sitting on, and earning a solid 283 gold per minute. And I was wanting to check in on the other lanes here. We've seen this Demented Shaman kind of going all over the place. He's been middle, he's been bottom. He's maintaining a decent level, though, surprisingly. Whenever he comes and visits these lanes, he doesn't stick around too long, just tries to help bend into their favor. So good of him not to be too big of a drain on his team as far as sapping that crucial experience. But in the middle situation, we have Bombardier facing off against Torturer. Bomb hit level 6 now. Torturer was 1 level ahead of him. And top, we're going to see Demented Shaman go down as the gank indicator popped up. Unfortunately there, I did not catch it until right as he died. Not having the biggest HP pool, but one can guess if you did not see that. Did you see it on a prayer?
No.
Yeah, I'm guessing he went down pretty quick given the lineup that he's got there and the mana that's remaining.
Yeah. It pretty much goes down instantly. I guess that's why the gank indicator is only goes so far.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. Middle lane matchup between Torture and Bombardier is actually really interesting. They both have similar nuking potential, although Torture's, yeah.
He might be able to pull something out here. The Impale, unfortunately, seems to be proccing every time on that Ballista.
That is...
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So close, but yep, that's the fun of RNG.
As this Gladiator comes in, but a nice defensive bomb over there.
Very nicely done, as that does go ahead and drop him down pretty quick. Going to be forced to back it up. Magnus was hoping to line something up here. Myrmidon, though, oh boy, Myrmidon in a little bit of trouble here. Getting hit with the pitfall, getting hit with the trees now. The Weed Field going to land on Gladiator, leaving him with 32 HP. He will be able to escape. Magnus left in a sticky situation. There's the mana drain. Does use the Steam Bath to immediately get rid of that effect, though. And now they might... Are they going to be able to chase him down is the question. Looks like that is going to be a resounding yes, as one more hit will do it. There we go. Vindicator picking up the 2 intelligence, being told that he needs to know his place. And I think that he certainly does.
Wow. So it looks like they really want to go push heavy. I guess they... Well, not I guess. They know that the Hellboard team has a better pushing team, so instead they're going to try to push as much as possible while they have the advantage. They have a lot of nuking power and they're putting it to good use. Ring of Sorcery, really cheap item and really effective if he wants to just continually spam down waves. And if his team joins him, they can all just continually use their abilities to just push, push, push.
Oh, I see.
Until Keeper of the Forest gets his ultimate, they really have no threat. Like, he can't do anything except throw his minions at them, which doesn't do all that much. They have no threat from Demented Shaman because he has no real nuking potential. Like, they're really secure up there. Like, they don't even have to worry at all. The only one that's even, a threat to them would be Gladiator, who's not level 6 himself, and then there's the Torture who can come up there. That would be their only concern.
So much for Gladiator, as gonna be throwing the pitfall. Oh, the bomb misses. The bomb ultimate also gonna dodge. Look at this Gladiator, just like in Raiders of the Lost Ark, running away from all of those explosions in the background. Nice escape there. A little unfortunate bomb was not able to line something up on that. Who we got playing on that? That's the Isaac was the one that you're not super familiar with. Okay, I think he's either their 6th or he might be part of the regular, and I just am not familiar with the name, but I think he might be one of their alternate players for Online Kingdom.
Yep, definitely vectoring it, incorrectly. As top, yep, with that mana ring, just gonna
keep on the spamification as there goes down the tower.
Yep, keep on trucking.
Yep. I keep trying to click on these indicators as quickly as possible because with that nuke stuff that they've got, I'm like, oh no.
It's one of those things where it's a crutch, If you lean too heavily on it, it's not too good. I guess that's why it's at a certain point you can't use it.
Yeah, there's no way that you can see all of the action there.
No, but it's just you'll get rusty if you rely on it too much. Your natural skills will deteriorate. It's not good.
Yeah. Oh. Well.
This one thing this keeper is doing, he's been sending these little minions.
Yeah, no, I really do like that. He did that right from the beginning of the game. Every time he goes back for mana or he's got a good excess there, he sets that up. As we're gonna see a little bit of action here, Gladiator throwing up. I think he interrupted his own casting of it there. There we go. The pitfall gonna go through. Gonna miss though on that Magnus. It won't matter. He's gonna go down here in just 1 second. Or not, as the ultimate goes down onto Myrmidon. Oh, there he goes. He gets caught now. Myrmidon being eaten down by the mana drain. The Sage's Lore going to be enough to finish the job onto Myrmidon as well as the Legion team. Here we go. Pharaoh coming in with the ultimate, trying to stop Gladiator, but unfortunately doesn't have enough mana to be able to follow it up with a Mummy Wall. And Gladiator going to be getting out of there, well, if he's not getting greedy, as Pharaoh does go ahead and get the Mummy Wall off on the Demented Shaman. There's a gank indicator for that D-Sham who evaporated. But Pharaoh now, having all of his mana drained, is going to be chased down. Pyromancer throwing up a good stun there to try and stop the creep wave, but not going to be enough.
Oh, yeah.
There's the ultimate. Nicely done. Gladiator going to clean up here, taking this Pyromancer down possibly. Here comes the stun. Not going to be enough. Is taken down in the end. So nicely done from the Hellborn team here. What was that ended up to be? That was like a 3 for none?
Yeah. Let me see. They did get the Demented Shaman in that. But that's obviously a trade that they're willing to make.
Oh, yeah, they did lose D-Sham.
I was going to say that, like I was saying earlier, until the Hellborn team got their levels, like Tree got his level 6 and Gladiator got his level 6, they can afford to be aggressive, but they really needed to reset. Like once they see that they got those levels and they can start being offensive, they really needed to back off and get their items and they'll push as a group, because with all that extra gold that they get from pushing those towers, they'll have the items, they'll have the advantage. They need to group up and push it. By splitting up and going in one at a time, they're kind of throwing away whatever advantage they have. So I really don't know why they were so aggressive, especially Overpow, just like going in balls to the wall. And I don't know. Magnus, is it fair to say he got melted? I guess he should be able to withstand the heat, but I don't know. Yeah, but honestly, I'm gonna call them out for that. They should have just pushed as a group once Tree hit level 6.
And then I think the secondary going back in, and when they only had 3 still against the complete Hellborn team, I think that was kind of a bad call on that as well. As a nice pitfall going to catch there, thanks to that ward from Dragonos. They are going to be trying to pick off Magnus, a dodge on the stun. He's going to go down anyways. Nice Gladiator ultimate coming in here. There it lands on both of them, setting up the crack of the whip. Not going to be able to get Pyromancer, but he might be able to chase down this Myrmidon. There it is, the crack of the whip one more time, taken there into effect as the whiplash being just too much.
Yeah, so they're just playing at Genesis' pal. There we go, a little bit of action.
Yeah, he's going to manage to get the grab. Oh, it's setting up another nice pitfall and an ultimate from Keeper of the Forest to grab that Pharaoh. He's going to heal up pretty quick there with a combination of things going off. But still, nice. I think that's pretty nice exchange there going off for Genesis. A stun coming out from Pyromancer to try and stop Gladiator from getting away. 2 scot-free. But really, very unfortunate these last few team fights going out for Online Kingdom.
Yeah, they're falling into Genesis's pace right now. They're just allowing themselves to be caught. They're not grouping up and pushing properly. Like Pharaoh isn't going in first. He's not being followed up by a Bombardier ultimate. They're not pulling together with the damage that they have. They're kind of running in there split off. Like Magnus is jumping in first. I mean, that was kind of I don't know if that was a misplay. He did do a really nice play because 2 of his teammates got caught by the Gladiator Pitfall, and he was afraid that Torture would follow up with his stun. So he kind of preemptively stunned Torture to prevent that from happening. But then Vindicator ultimated, and that was that. But the point that I'm trying to make is that the 2 that got caught, like, they're not initiating, they're not engaging with what they have. Like, Pharaoh isn't going in and setting things up. They're being jumped themselves. And if the fight starts off on the wrong foot and Pharaoh can't jump properly, then it's not really going to go their way. He's setting things up for them, and right now he's not really doing much. I don't know. I haven't seen him yet. He's 2-1-1, so on that end you can say, well, he's doing pretty well. I just want to see them pull it together that way, you know? Because right now
they have such a great team synergy there as far as all of those moves landing together, and if they can manage to get it off, it's beautiful to see it in perfect synergy. But yeah, they really haven't. You see that group to the top there, that group of 3 usually seems to be sticking together, and then the other guys are kind of left out and on their own. As Pyromancer using that ability again, the stun is down to clear out the way there, but that's going to be enough to pick off a Divinity Shaman once again. But they're all already sitting at pretty low health. Will the Hellborn be able to come in here? Keeper of the Forest ultimate should be off cooldown. There we go. It is up. Gonna see if he can set something up. He is invisible currently, waiting for that opportunity. But I don't think the Hellborn's or the Legion's gonna line him up for it yet.
Yeah, like if you look at the team goal, it's even, and the amount of not the amount, but they pushed middle. They pushed 2 towers top, and for the goal to be even just shows you, exactly that they did something wrong. So, call it for what it is. As Pyromancer is,
Oh, yeah, Pyromancer.
I'm calling that dead, yeah.
Being unfortunately chased down there with the Impale. That Impale does so much damage. What is it? It's 1,200 physical damage if you're the only thing around getting hit with it.
Yeah.
So, that is very unfortunate. It's amazing how easily that damage is dispersed, though, even just throwing another, creature in the mix to bounce it off of. But
yeah, we saw it earlier in the middle. It just kept bouncing to that catapult, and just for most of the damage. But yeah, right now it just seems like they're not coordinating properly. So I guess I'll just leave it for that. And just looking at the items, since both teams are fairly even.
Pickup.
On Pyro? No.
No, we saw.
On Keeper?
Yeah, Keeper bought it. I don't see it yet. It must be on the bird or something, because I saw the little indicator thing popped up there, but it's not. There it is. It's on him now. There's the bird delivering it. Yeah. So he does have his portal key. Going the portal key route there, being the initiation for this Hellborn team. That's a good setup. Yep,
definitely going that route, which is fine. Damage-wise, they have enough. Between Torture and Gladiator, he doesn't really need damage until later on. So getting his ultimate off on the maximum amount of people would definitely be nice. And I guess they don't really have to worry. Magnus at this point doesn't have a portal key, so he can be jumping in there and he won't have to worry about Magnus following up. He can reliably catch him each time because he'll probably be close by. Just have to wait and see. I'm just really flustered right now. I don't know what to say to really make this okay. Just because they had the advantage and they gave it away entirely, like every single bit of it. The gold gap, they managed to let Genesis get right back in the game.
Now, so, yeah.
Well, it's even.
Yeah, it's showing right now they have a 2,000 gold lead and a 770 experience lead or experience deficit. So they are down in experience but up in gold.
Yeah. Which I guess is something, but that goal difference spread out among...
it's not significant, but
you have to realize that the amount of towers that they've pushed, that gold isn't in like one of their players' pocket. It's split between all 5. So it's really not as big as it seems.
Yeah, the Hellborn actually having, if you go to the gold per minute tab there on 3, it shows the Hellborn has a pretty good even spread. They're all racing within 1 gold per minute of each other for that 250 gold per minute mark. All pretty nice balance.
I see it.
The Pyromancer is at 300. we've got Pharaoh, Hani, 277, and Bombardier sitting at the 248. So I guess that they do have the majority of the gold on their primary 3 players. Be nice to see Magnus with a little more gold, since, I mean, he's currently sitting on 756. So he's working towards his portal key, I can only imagine. But we're going to see a team fight probably heading out here pretty soon. A nice Ward of Revelation from Aki. Going to spot this Keeper of the Forest, the bomb landing on him, the follow-up of the Weed Field. They're just going to let that bomb tick and keep back there. Meanwhile, Torturer sits at the tower with his Impale going. Going to go ahead and push that down while the Legion was distracted. So a nice bit of divide and conquer taking place there, I guess. Nice wards also from Aki. Going out to keep an eye on the Hellborn team as they were approaching the tower. But yeah, no one really wants to. No one wants to do anything here. I guess that's what they're gonna leave it as.
Interesting. Pharaoh's going for what I can only imagine is a Hellflower.
Oh.
Question is, who does he want to jump? Like, he wants to jump one person, use it on them, and then have Bombardier instantly kill them.
I would guess.
Keeper is too tanky, so yeah, I would guess it would be the Vindicator. Yeah.
Oh, it was a nice combo with the Weed Field. Another Bombardier ultimate failing to my expectations. As nice. Oh, speaking of good ultimates, though, Gladiator landing a nice one there, followed up with the Keeper ultimate as well. So a good combination going out there. Are they going to be able to finish off this Myrmidon and Pyromancer? Oh, he gets drawn back in with the Showdown coming out from Gladiator. Going to be enough to finish the job. But look at this Hellborn team just hanging there by a thread, just barely. But no kills from the Hellborn and 3 on the Legion. So 3 for none exchange in favor of the Hellborn once again.
Wait, what? Myrmidon's, this is going to be off on a tangent, but her ultimate form has legs. I never noticed. She runs, and she just has tentacles trailing behind her. That's disturbing. Okay,
oh, so that's the new. I didn't even pay attention. The female version of the evolution. It just.
Yeah, she has legs. I guess. I mean, the other one has them too, but I mean, it looks. I mean, she has tentacles. I don't even want to. Never mind. Scarred for life.
Scarred for life. We'll have to pay attention to that, so we can all join Onaprayer in his mental scarring. As I wanted to touch real quick on the warding. I think the Dragunos has been doing a pretty good job here of keeping a good number of these ward of sights. I would have liked to have seen that one in the Legion jungle placed a little bit to the left. I think that gives you a more vision of the actual lane and the jungle as a whole. You can see into that camp there and stuff. Is there any particular reason you would know that he would want to put it right there?
You mean the ward from
His ward of
Dragunos?
sight. Yeah.
It's you're kind of trying to guess where your opposing team's going to counter ward you.
So you don't want to put it
the
exactly
standard
in the best
spot's
optimal
the exact
spot.
middle, and then
Yeah.
it is that, and it's also the fact that if he puts it where he has it right now, he can kind of see. In a way, you can see a little bit more of the jungle. You can see the camp to the right of it, because you'll see them walking through there.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I guess he does. Right where Aki's ward is, Rev is sitting, it's kind of at the edge of that. So, as far as the vision goes.
Because you can see he's really trying to, not mind ward game, but if you see he has that other ward placed on the inner where you enter the jungle at the bottom. It is kind of a thing people always say. You can always put it there. Later in the game, past the laning phase, the other team will hardly ever counter ward you if you put it over there because they don't expect it to be there anymore. But it is a decent spot.
Oh yeah, it gives you that little bit of gives you the river there, and you can see them coming from there to go ahead and get in on your.
And you can safely assume that it won't be counter warded. So.
Well, we do have a pause here. I didn't see the reasoning behind it. I'm not sure how long this is going to stick around. I guess we can take this moment to look at the items here.
Oh wait, what? Do you? I think I once.
Oh, do you have the auto skip pause going here?
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I can. Get this skipped. Alright, I'm going to stop the recording just for a second here, and we will magically be back at the game. Alright, we are back here, and yeah, I don't have that. It looked like it was on fast forward as we see the Gladiator ultimate coming in. Another nicely landed ultimate, followed with the Keeper
Shaman is going to get away.
Wow. Nothing left, but hey.
Even like the weak link on their team, like, if they can't kill a Demented Shaman.
Great pause. Nice.
I think that's, yeah.
As we're going to see the Kongor being attempted here, I don't think that the Legion has. They are going to see Aki's got the ward there to spot them coming up. Demented Shaman placing that. Yep, there's the ping on Kongor. They suspect something now. As what do we have left for the Legion here? We got Pharaoh out of the game so far. Bombardier going to be making his way over there. I don't think that the Legion's going to be able to do anything about this Kongor kill, and that's unfortunate. But that will set up the Hellborn for a nice, safe push here in the near future.
Yeah. They're probably going to wait before pushing the inner towers until Keeper gets his Soul's Bulwark. I think he's pretty close. How much does it cost? 1,800 or something?
Yeah, Keeper is currently setting on 1,588, and it does cost 1,800 exactly. It's 550, 550, and 700 for Souls.
Yeah, so they're going to wait for that, and then they're just going to push straight through. Vindicator, like I said, he went the defensive route, which he does have the damage on his team, so he doesn't need to go pure damage output. Hellflower called Sheepsick. He went for the Astrolabe, and looks like he's going for Tablet of Command, which is also a really nice pickup. Particularly against Pharaoh. Anyone who gets caught in his mummies after he ultimates them, he can just push them out of it. Himself, most likely. Although if he gets Hellflowered, he won't be able to use his item. So that's already a long way into the future, and I don't know. My all-seeing eye is telling me, well, is showing me that Pharaoh is not getting his Hellflower anytime soon.
Doesn't seem very likely.
That was too easy. Alright. Anyway, Gladiator, he went the Ghost Marchers build instead of Steam Boots. Is kind of either or. You can go whichever one you want. The little extra damage from Ghost Marchers applies to the, his Whiplash,
yeah.
So there is that effect. I think in Dota, people generally went Ghost Marchers, although when I was playing, it was kind of buffed to the point where the Phase Boots gave armor, which was kind of broken. Anyway.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, Keeper, he's actually not going Soul's Bulwark. He has a Mighty Blade picked up, maybe.
Well, that's
I'm not sure if he's going Shrunken Head, since he does have a fair bit of an attack speed buff from, being near trees. And, of course, his animated tree gives him that bonus effect. I can see him doing a fair bit of damage with the Shrunken Head. Not sure if that's what he's going for. I can only imagine. I don't see him going for Frostburn or anything.
Yeah.
Frostwolf's Skull is kind of popular on Keeper of the Forest, especially if you go Refresher. You have enough mana. They did buff it recently, the item itself, that the refresh cost isn't as expensive. But anyway, that is a popular, though I can only imagine he's going Shrunken Head. Anyway, because usually if they were, at the bottom,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I gotta give some, I haven't got to watch Eclipse. I know that Eclipse is really well known, generally for having been around Testy and played with Testy a lot and that kind of situation, but I'm really impressed with his Gladiator so far. Just the amount of these ultimates that he's landing. I mean, it's not a horribly difficult thing, but it's so nice when you can see it land perfectly. Yeah, and the combination with the Pitfall and the Showdown, he just seems to be landing it every time I put the camera on him. He's landing these shots, so kudos to him. He's making this definitely enjoyable to watch. Yeah,
and Shrunken had picked up on Torture. Yeah, it's definitely the consistency. Being able to land those ultimates every time, it is pretty impressive, because it's not always the easiest thing, to land it properly and as many heroes as possible, and he's managing it pretty much every time. Well, I was gonna check something out.
Oh, there's the port key on Magnus, by the way. Just now picked it up.
Oh, nice.
And a Steam Staff onto Pharaoh, so he's looking forward to that.
Yeah. One step at a time. Alright, let's see. Bombardier. Oh yeah, like I was saying about the Keeper of the Forest, generally if he was going to go Frostwolf Skull, he would have gotten the Glowstone first, since it gives him the extra stats to his mana and health pool. Like, you generally if you do it, you go Refresher, so you'll get a Glowstone and you can go Refresher, since it gives you enough that you can refresh, you don't need the full Frostwolf Skull. So the fact that I guess he is going Shrunken.
I've got another pause here, so
yeah.
I'm going to have to stop the recording. We'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. Right in time to watch that Keeper of the Forest get stunned by the Minotaur. So that was fun. But yeah, I can't remember exactly where we were at in that. I have got to figure out how to set up auto-skip pause, as we just see the Assassin's Shroud pickup on Gladiator being finished, thanks to the nice little item pickup indicator. Doesn't have it on him yet, but I'm sure that's what the courier happens to be carrying, so it is. And they're going to go for a push.
Yep. Keeper did not go for the Soul's Bulwark. I'm really surprised. Although there's not a large amount of physical damage coming out of Legion team. So it was just for the pushing ability, I was going to say. So it's not sure why. It wasn't changed, right, in the last patch?
No, I don't believe so. It should still be the same last I'd seen. As they are going to go ahead and try and do a little bit of a push here. Looks like there's the Impale. I don't know why he decided to go ahead and use it then as opposed to when the tree's minions are already dead, but it'll see about doing some good damage here. They might be able to pick up this tower. Gladiator tanking it out, hoping to be able to get the last hit. There it is. Gets that with a 349 critical. That should do the job. And they're going to rally for a defense here, it looks like.
As
Magnus fails.
Yeah, try to catch him. Not work. Alright, so we don't have a portal keep being attempted by Powermancer. Looks like he's going to go for a Cauldron Sheepstick. Be a nice item to pick up. I'm just not
a bad
sure.
Pickup, I don't think.
Yeah, who's he planning on using it on? Problem is they can't take out Keeper.
Yeah.
Like they can't reliably say they're going to take him out. If they jump him, like you better make sure 100% you're taking him out, because if he manages to press R, you just wasted all your spells for no reason. As Magnus is going to
jet out of there scot-free, and he is A-okay. So nice little quick exchange there, but both teams are going to limp away. Gladiator getting healed up a little bit thanks to that. We do see the Astrolabe on Vindicator, which we mentioned. He does have his push stick, or properly named Tablet of Command, picked up here as well, so that's a nice grab on him. And I also saw Demented Shaman. Where did that go? Could have swore I saw them pick up a Gnome's Wisdom.
Really?
But I haven't seen it. It might still be on the bird, is it? I don't know. Anyways, action happening here, so I'm going to pay attention to this. I saw it get purchased with the purchase indicator, but I'm not sure where that went to. Could still be in his base, as Gladiator going to set up another ultimate here. The Keeper landing his as well, as that's going to set up and make sure that that Bombardier does not go anywhere for that, sitting and eating the entirety of that damage, as another tower goes down all too quickly to that impalement from Yozer.
Yeah, and Pharaoh, once again, maybe he just doesn't feel comfortable. Like, he's afraid to go in or something. Because his teammate got caught, and either they were going to defend it or they weren't. Like, it's okay to let a tower go if you feel like you don't have the advantage, but if one of your teammates going to get caught while you're not planning on defending it, that's always poor. It happens more often than I'd like. In those games, you always have one of your teammates where you're like, alright guys, just let it go. But there's always that teammate who hangs around and tries to do that little extra damage.
That, or everyone seems to have already thought, hey, you know, let's just go ahead and give this up. Everyone's about, 10 steps further away from the tower than he is. And it's like, okay, guys, let's back up. And he's like, oh, okay. And turns around, and that's when everything goes on him. And it's GG.
Yeah. It's always one of those things you have to pay attention and realize whenever a tower goes down, just look at where your teammates are. Look, you don't even have to really ask your teammates whether you defend out. You can kind of tell when you see that, when you see your main initiator backing away slowly or in the back, you kind of want to be like, all right, I'm standing behind you. If you go in, I'll follow you up, buddy. But that's kind of what you always have to pay attention. Whenever the team's pushing, you just got to check to see whether you're okay, you're defending. Because more often than not, that does decide a game. When you'll be at a tower and it's not the right time to push or defend, or one of those situations, you just got to make sure. And if you're going to, and you're a pyromancer or you're a bombardier, make sure you're not in front, because it's real easy to get caught out, especially when there's that many stuns on the opposing teams. Gladiator Pitfall has huge range, so just always pay attention to it, and it'll help your game a lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I've been trying to keep up with this action that's about to happen up top. Pharaoh going to be jumped in on here. Way, way, way out of position. Has a TP, is going to be able to maybe get out of here. Nice use of the Tablet of Command, trying to jump past so they could maybe get a hold of him, but didn't quite work.
That was funny. He tried to tablet himself through there, but he rebounded off those. It did get nerfed slightly. The bounce, I think the bounce radius from where you hit them got lowered, and I think the amount that you get bounced back got lowered. I'm not sure.
Right. I do think I remember that they did do something to it.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I know the impact radius got lowered, but I'm not sure about the bounce. I think the
it
bounce
was to prevent you from nabbing teammates and dragging them in there a lot of the time. Part of
I think the AoE, they thought it was too big.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not entirely sure. You could block entire sections off. I think you still can. But anyway, it's just looking really bad for Online Kingdom right now. In terms of the goal difference, it's now solidly in Genesis's favor, 7,500. As well the experience, it's nearing, it just passed the 6,000 mark.
Yeah, and looking at late game for Online Kingdom, I'm not really seeing it in their favor here. I mean, we've got a Keeper of the Forest who's just going to keep getting tankier and tankier. He
And
does have his
Shrunken Head.
Shrunken Head finished. And, you know, Gladiator is obviously the superior late game hero here out of both teams. So, yeah, late game I'm going to give this to Genesis if they just don't, you know, if they can manage to keep from making too many big mistakes or giving them a huge team fight to drop that experience gap down to nothing. But this should be Genesis' game to win here, I think.
Yeah, the problem is they have two teammates so far with a Shrunken Head, and they literally have no physical damage. Like, none whatsoever. Their only one that comes close is the Pyromancer, who has picked up the Cauldron Sheepstick. You know, with her Fervor, she can dish out a fair bit of DPS, but it's still a long ways off. Like, her auto attack doesn't do that much right now.
Yeah, we see Bombardier working on his Sheepstick as well. Just saw a purchase of the Acolyte Staff, or I can't even remember what it's called in here. Is it the Acolyte Staff?
Yeah, Mystic Staff was the other
Yeah,
one.
okay, yeah. So, yeah, he
Wow.
went ahead and picked that up, so they're going to have double Sheepstick on this team.
I gotta get my eye checked.
What's that?
My all-seeing eye was apparently...
Do we see the Hellflower finished here?
Yeah.
Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, I was... Wow.
Well, now we can see that amazing setup that we've been waiting to see, right?
Yep. You buy those charms in the shop that's supposed to do something, and it's just like, it doesn't work. That's... I bought a fake all-seeing eye.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it was expensive too.
Well, I was gonna say you should have known it was probably half price, and then you're
I gotta go back to farming.
back to AFKing, AFK rice.
So maybe that's what he's waiting for. Maybe he's like, all right, if I go in, maybe he's like, all right, if I go in until now.
Yeah, Vendi's
have
just gonna
nothing.
chain CC, or
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be able to stop him from interrupting the rest of our cohesion.
Yep.
But
So that could be. The only problem is if he goes in now, Keeper is just waiting off to the side, and when his team tries to follow up, he just jumps in and interrupts them long enough for Vindicator to not only stay alive, but then once the Hellflower wears off, then he's popping everything. I mean, he's got Astrolabe, Tablet, Ultimate, so you can look at it as too little too late, and I don't think you'd be wrong. Just have to wait and see. I want to see it just for the sake of seeing it. Like, you want to see it happen the way it's supposed to be, just once.
well, there was a decent demonstration of, I guess, a somewhat of an example. We saw the the Wrath of the Pharaoh, Pharaoh jumping in there and grabbing that Torturer and getting the Silence Stick off. And I don't know what else happened to follow it up. I didn't move the camera there quick enough because I just didn't see it going on. But Torturer was picked off by Pharaoh. It didn't look like when the moment I caught it that he had much assistance, but so a little unfortunate there. But the Silence Stick and Ultimate combination being used to some effect. The ultimate staff, the Cauldron Sheepstick, which is kind of the ultimate sheepstick, or the ultimate staff in a way, for Bombardier has been picked up, so we're going to see two of those going for mass disables on this Legion team, setting it up with the Hellflower, the Cauldron Sheepstick on two players there. And
that's how you counter it. If you're an
nasty.
Intel team against a DPS team, the way you counter it is by getting your disables. If you're an Intel team and you're getting like, damage items or like utility items, you need to get hard disable if you ever want to have a chance. So you get your Sheepsticks, you get your, your Hellflowers, and you use Storm Spirit would also be nice, but you really need those if you ever have a hope of coming in, because if you can jump someone and hex them, then you can turn the fight in your favor. But with the Shrunken Heads, like, you really got to make sure you initiate properly, and Pyromancer doesn't have a portal key, so she has a Shrunken Head too.
Yeah, she just picked that up and got it delivered there.
Yeah.
And everyone's kind of hovering around Kongor here because they know that it's about ready to go down, but nobody wants to be the first man in.
Yep.
Bound
Who will be that enterprising character?
Magmus.
Really?
Yep, just saw it purchased. It's being flown out as we speak.
Yeah, that's nice. A little extra. He's gonna want to give himself vision. Gonna portal key into those spaces. As that's. Oh yeah, I really like that. The UFO courier.
Yeah, that's a nice addition.
It really
I
does
like
have
that.
a nice one, especially with that light. The beam me up one. Does it? They need to make it where. Oh, action. Maybe not. I was about to say yeah. When it like picks up an item when you drop something, does it exit the beam? Like.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, that would be a nice little sweet touch.
Like when it like sucks it up. That'll be something they'll have to work on. I'm assuming that's a little too much work for now, but just food for thought,
Yeah, why not? Just as long as it doesn't have a cast time to it.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Oh, that's funny. The gank indicator works on illusions, apparently.
Really?
Since it just popped up on that gladiator I saw doing creeps down there. There he goes.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Huh.
I need to raise my threshold. I'll work on that. But
Yeah,
definitely
I think I edged mine up, too.
the new interface is real nice. Yeah, because mine is popping up when they're real low.
Yeah, definite big kudos to S2 on the new interface. Really gotta like this. This is really nice. And also, if you guys haven't commented on how I'm doing the camera with keeping all of the tabs out, if I can find a way to make it where these HP and mana and stuff stays activated, then I'm gonna do that. But I haven't figured out how to do that yet, so I'm sorry guys. But if you know how to do that, you can put it in the comments, and I will do that. I'll add that. But otherwise, I really love being scrolled out here. I know you don't get to see the heroes as close up, but it gives such a great, just spectator spot here to be able to watch these big team fights, which usually half of it's happening off screen and the other half is happening elsewhere. So, really big kudos to S2 on the new spec UI. Be sure to leave a comment and say what you guys think as far as what I need to do for the recording and all that other fun stuff. So.
Yeah,
but I
so
myself really like it.
They're going for Shrunken Heads, which is the counter to Vindicator.
Mm.
You just have to wait until he uses it, because if he uses it and then you use Shrunken Head, it'll remove it. But if you...
The one problem I'm going to see, though, is that your and Soul's Bulwark picked up on Tree eventually here by now. But the one thing that I see is that the Shrunken Head is also used to break out of the Keeper of the Forest ultimate. You know, you can pop your Shrunken and it stops that. So...
for Magnus, it's alright, because if they do it... See, I think this is kind of weird because, yeah, Pharaoh's going to have to jump a Vindicator. Because if he jumps anyone else, Vindicator's going to ultimate, and then Magnus is going to use his Shrunken Head already, and then, like you said, he's going to get caught in Keeper's ultimate. So he's going to want to jump in there with his ultimate already popped, and then once Keeper uses his ultimate, he'll use Shrunken Head. That means that Pharaoh 100% has to catch Vindicator, who's going to be like, I'm standing way in back. Catch me if you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a whole lot of things has to go really right for this Legion team, I think, and that's, the deficit. I mean, looking at this, we have seen since the Hellborn has been a little bit more AFK ricing here, and I guess the Legion's been doing a good job catching up. We are down to a 5,000 gold. Here comes the Magnus ultimate. Is it going to happen? There's the ultimate coming in. He is going to land it, not doing a tremendous amount of damage as the Keeper ultimate goes off, catching him with his BKB on. The Gladiator ultimate landing once again. Doing some good damage. Pharaoh ultimating back in there to try and prevent them from chasing down Pyromancer. I don't think it's going to do the job. No, it's not. Gladiator finishing off him as Glad now at 84 HP hoping to survive. Does so, and we see a 4-for-none exchange going out for the Hellborn. Nicely played there where the hell did Pharaoh go to? How did
he's once he went back in, he kind of ran upwards.
Oh, okay, I didn't keep the
And Hellborn team is like, yeah, there's no reason to follow him. Just keep pushing. They have so much pushing ability.
Yeah,
especially now they have the Soul's Bulwark. Yeah. I was going to say that Pharaoh once again, Magnus, like I was trying to explain, Magnus cannot be the first one in. That's why I'm saying Pharaoh had to go in first. He had to catch the Vindicator. He didn't even have to, really. If he forced Vindicator to pop his ultimate right away without the entire team being in trouble, because by the time they engaged, the whole team was able to be caught by Keeper. But if they stayed far enough back and forced, Vindicator to pop his ultimate once he jumped in, they might have had something to work with. But Magnus went in first, and Pharaoh went in afterwards, and he didn't even use his Hellflower in that fight. It's kind of really awkward.
Yeah, definitely not really super impressed with the initiation coming out from the Legion team here. Just it's been kind of sloppy all game, or not even necessarily just the initiation, but these team fights. There's a decent one, as they're going to see the Magnus ultimate followed up by the Pharaoh ultimate. They're going to take this Vindicator down in no time flat. There we go. That's how it's done. Managing to wipe him out there in no time flat. So nicely done. But yet again, we do see the Magnus. He does have a portal key, so he's able to get some nice, decent ultimate setup as well, or stun setup for the Pharaoh. And with Vindicator down, are they going to go ahead and try for a Kongor here? This could be pretty gutsy, given the invisible capabilities of this Hellborn team.
Yeah, definitely.
And the Keeper ultimate looks like it's off cooldown too. So wow, yep, that's gutsy. As here we go, Gladiator throwing up the No, he threw up the pitfall. There's the ultimate. Follow up with the keeper ultimate there as well. Going to land. Unfortunately, the BKB's preventing that ultimate from landing there. As Gladiator going to be comboed down 1, 2, 3. Pharaoh down as well. Bombardier going down to the Demented Shaman heals. Or no, that was yeah. Anyways, we've seen the Legion losing this fight very badly, and that is going to be the end of this game with the concede going out from Online Kingdom 42 minutes in. So, wow.
Yeah.
Any comments?
Yeah, it's like Balfagor with those, only they're tankier.
Yeah.
When you use a Demented Shaman heal bomb with the keeper minions.
That
Any
would do
final comments? They had such an advantage from pushing earlier on, and it just felt like they never really capitalized on it properly. They allowed Hellborn team to come back fairly quickly. I mean, after they pushed those, as soon as Keeper hit 6 and Gladiator hit 6, like, they just went in one at a time, and before I knew it, the gold gap had closed. Everything had really evened out. Pretty rough going, especially for Online Kingdom. I'm kind of disappointed. I'm hoping to see them play a lot better next time I get a chance to, catch them or cast them.
Yeah, this is a best-of-3 series, and if you are watching this, probably, I'm guessing it's going to be Friday. Look forward for the other games of this series to be played out on... I'm hopefully going to get him cast this weekend, and with Onaprayer, I would hope, if he's available. So look forward to seeing those. We will get to see this Genesis matched up against Online Kingdom. Congratulations to Genesis for winning the Round 1 match of this best-of-3 series. We'll have to see what happens if they can snag Game 2, if it goes to best-of-3 or what. But well played from them. Got to give them that credit. Well played also by Eclipse there. Got to give him some big credit. Really enjoyed watching the Gladiator. So yeah, I guess that not really too much more to add here.
Yeah, strong team. Are they all from one region, or they're all over?
I think Genesis Gaming is what he's calling it, a North American gaming team. So I know that Eclipse, I believe, is from the U.S. And then Zaxarok and Yozer are brothers from Costa Rica. And I think those are the only 3 official members right now. The last time I did a cast and the last time I've seen Genesis, they've had Dragonos, who's been their kind of, their support player. And I don't think that he's done a bad job in the times that I've seen him. So I don't know if he's going to become a permanent part of the official sponsored team. And then Doom Driver, you said you were more familiar with him. I haven't seen him.
I seem to remember him being in Clan IPL from Australia, but I could have been someone else. Like, I remember someone called Doom. I'm thinking it was him, but someone will have to correct me on it. It's been a while, but I recognize his name.
Alright, well, thank you all so much for watching. Again, this was the UNGL Zowie Cup number 2 quarterfinals Game 1 matchup between Genesis Gaming and Online Kingdom. Genesis Gaming going to be taking this one. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are not currently subscribed. I appreciate that. Also, check out the description below for links to Onaprayer's live stream, Eclipse's live stream. If you're impressed with his Gladiator, maybe he'll play it live on his stream there, so that might be interesting to watch. And also the Genesis Gaming Facebook page. All of those links included in the description below. So thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you next time.